Oh. Good. Right. Good afternoon, good evening, good morning, good night, or wherever you are. This is Dalek 451, the new Dalek Emperor. And well, I just well, it's been a little while since I did my last live stream. And not this isn't the live stream I promised would be my next one. Um and and quite frankly, I felt like doing this stream because well, I wanted some people to talk to, so let's see who's here. But Bounty Hunter Network, hello. I don't think I've seen you here before. And Captain Infinity, good to see you. Being late makes sense though. Alan Z. Well, I'm here. Well, I'm here now, and in fact, you're not in the chat. You're actually here. So, hello.
Yeah. Yeah. How you doing?
Nick the Bounty Hunter. Yeah, I've never. Welcome to the channel. I've never seen you before.
Oh, I've been on Jedi Bills, but besides that, it's, you know, I'm not really on a lot of other people's stuff. Yeah, I'm doing my own thing, or I'm on Jedi Bills. So yeah, but we talked for a little bit one time about Doctor Who and I think One Piece one time over there. So yeah.
Oh, did we?
Yeah.
Yeah. You're right. I think we did. I did pop into. Not that long ago, I did pop into one of Jedi Bill's streams for a little while.
Yeah, we talked about Film Red.
We did, yeah.
But how are you doing? Yeah.
Something's up with my avatar here. Hang on a second. I mean, because you know that thing that StreamYard sometimes does when. That's better.
Yeah, I thought I might match the theme.
Yeah, it does. It does match. Thanks.
I saw you were live and you were letting people come in, so I was like, well, I'll join.
Well, that's what I do on this channel. I don't know if it's probably not the best idea, but, putting in a StreamYard link in the YouTube chat, but
yeah, well, Jedi Bill does it too, and there's not been a lot of problems either there, so.
I know. Bill does it. A few other, I know a few other channels who do it. But yeah, I mean that's what I like to do on this channel. I like having. I don't just want to talk to myself. I like having guests on.
Yeah.
And honestly, I'm not sure how long this stream is going to be. Maybe an hour and a half or something like that. Because I mean, this is what I call. This is just one of my regular chill and chat streams. This isn't the. I mean, a few days ago, I promised that I'd do an open discussion stream about Doctor Who.
Yeah, I remember you saying, yeah.
What was that? What was that noise?
I don't know anymore. I think it just cut out or something, and it sounded weird.
No, but anyway. So honestly,
yeah.
I think I was feeling a little down, so I thought, hey, I'll go on YouTube and see if anyone wants to see if anyone wants to come on have a chat.
Yeah, I mean, I like when you do the Doctor Who stream, that'd be fun. But just to chill and chat's good because Doctor Who is in a place right now to where if the 60th stuff with Tennant and the new Doctor isn't good, then I have no faith anymore. Like I
I
have a little spark of hope, but that's it.
you're. I had a well. You're a bit like me on that regard. I had a little slither of hope for a little while once I heard that Russell T Davies was coming back, but unfortunately that's long gone after what I've been hearing. It's like it's just gonna be. It's like I mean basically what I the impression I get is like if you thought is like you thought what Chibnall did was bad, but it's gonna look it's just gonna get a lot worse.
uh, I want to have the faith in RTD. I do because I believe there can be some good. We just got to see how it goes. I mean, we've got a whole nother year before a new Doctor Who comes out, so
Yeah, I know. It's not gonna be
yeah.
until next year that they're gonna because next year is the 60th anniversary and they're gonna do these. Apparently, they're gonna do this like a bunch of specials with David Tennant throughout the year.
There's gonna be three. Yeah, it's gonna be like the 60th specials, and then there's gonna be the new Doctor.
Right. Yeah. I mean that. I mean not. I mean not gonna lie. When I first heard and saw and heard who was gonna be the next Doctor, I was like, oh my God, here we go again.
Yeah, but honestly, in some of his interviews, he actually does seem passionate about it, even more than Jodie. Like Jodie had no passion at all. I think she had some, but no. But also, she was bogged down by Chibnall's terrible writing as well. Like Chibnall just
Well,
made
I
that show worse.
well, I suppose, yeah, but but I didn't. I mean, yes, the writing it was absolutely horrendous, but
Yeah,
at the same time, I didn't like Jodie either. I found
I get that.
I found or at least her version of the Doctor insufferable.
Yeah, just annoying. Yeah.
Just annoying, exactly. So annoying.
That's how most people felt. Um,
Like yeah,
but on it,
I
yeah,
got through like I watched like the first six start. When I first heard it was gonna be a woman playing the Doctor, I was like, oh no, it's finally
yeah,
happened. But
yeah,
then after a little while, I thought, okay, I'll give this female Doctor thing a chance. I'll give it a chance.
yeah. Because
So I did, and I watched like the first like I watched like the first episode of her series and and by the end I was saying this didn't feel like Doctor Who.
kill me, yeah. No, but the thing is, you know how I got into Jodie, or not into, not like that, but how I experienced her Doctor Who. I had been done with Capaldi, right? Of course, Capaldi ended. I was done. I saw Doctor Who, and I did not watch Doctor Who after that. And then I heard about this little thing called the Timeless Children. And I was like, Jesus Christ, what has this show become?
I know. I mean, I thought I could just wait it out because I made it. I really tried to get through that first series because I was because because there was like as the series went along, I went through each episode. It was like
Yeah.
it just got. I was thinking like, okay, I mean, like the Rosa Parks episode, for example, when they did that, I was like,
Yeah.
okay, they did an historical episode this week. Maybe they'll give me some sci-fi and monsters next week, and then we got and then Doctor Who, and then Doctor Who did the one thing I thought it would never do. It actually bored me.
Yeah.
But by God's Demons of the Punjab. Oh my God, that was so boring.
Yeah, and and also like we can also give a lot of slack to some older Doctor Who. Like we can say, oh, like this episode is kind of weird, or this arc doesn't really feel right. Right? We can give that, right? But that's about just certain things with older Doctors. Like these episodes don't feel like they work, but that. Jodie's whole, you can literally say like, but those doctors have heart to them. It didn't feel like it was just being pushed out. Jodie's feels like it's being pushed out and just is drab and boring and absolutely annoying. Chibnall's writing was terrible. His story was terrible. Jodie, for doctors, is not making it her own. So it's just, it was just like, it was a fan fiction. Literally, there's sometimes that I hate when people say like this show's a fan fiction of this series, right, or this franchise. Sometimes I don't feel that way. Doctor Who, is it 11? Yeah, series 11 to 13 felt like fan fiction of Doctor Who. And Chibnall, I thought it wasn't supposed to be running around corners and stuff. I thought that's what you said back in the 80s or night. I thought you said that.
I know he said that. And what does he give us?
Running around corners.
The exact same thing he complained about.
Well, it's like they say, you become what you hate. And that's what happened to Chibnall.
Yeah. And then it just look, I got through like 6 episodes of Jodie's first season, and after that I was just like, nope, I can't take this anymore. I'm done. I'll just wait till she regenerates.
That's what everyone did, I think, because she just dropped in ratings.
And then series 12 rolled around, and I didn't actually watch it, but I kept up with what was actually happening and what was being said about it, and then the biggest blow of all, the Doctor Who canon and lore completely the canon lore and lore destroying nuke that was the Timeless Child.
Yeah, and it seems like they pretty much rolled that back.
Did. He nuked the canon and lore.
Yeah, and it seems like they rolled that back a little bit too, because there's no real mention of these doctors we saw in Timeless Children and the power of the Doctor. No. So it seems like they knew, like, oh, we effed up.
And they were grasping at straws with that whole Face of Morbius, Brain of Morbius thing.
Oh, yeah, because that wasn't even really real. That was just like a thing that could happen, but it wasn't fully, it wasn't like a real thing that was going to happen. That was more just like that was just like a thing that they padded into Doctor Who to like, oh, this could be why he changes, like a theory, not anything real. It was
Yeah, I mean, it was a theory. Back then, it was a nice little theory to play around with. It was a concept that could potentially happen. That the Doctor is older than we think he is. he has a lot more faces than we think he is. But again, those faces we saw in Brains of, they can be easily explained away as Morbius's his incarnations
Yeah,
because he was all because Morbius was also a Time Lord.
yeah. And honestly, it's like in a way, I think a timeless child could work, but not with the Doctor. The Doctor is the one they screwed it up with. A timeless child could work. I always thought that it would be better if the Master, if they wanted to do it, the Master
Yeah,
be the timeless
exactly. That's what
child.
I thought. Yeah, that's what I thought. Thought if it would make a lot more sense if the Timeless Child was the Master, not the
And
Doctor.
also with how he was abused with the sound of the drums in Tenet. Like how he was basically tortured by the Time Lords to become this weapon. That's what the Master described as being the Doctor in the Timeless Children, but he actually was the one that was that.
Yeah, exactly. Why couldn't they just if that had been if the Timeless Child had been the Master, that I wouldn't have been so quite so ticked off because it's the Doctor. It destroys everything.
Yeah, and also what happens with the Master? He just spawns with a new face out of nowhere, so he can just
I
be.
know. I know. After they made it absolutely clear to us, he was dead, or she was dead. You know, Missy.
Yeah, Missy. Yeah,
I mean,
it's just like
which
honestly. Yeah,
I actually didn't mind Missy that much, even though it's
I
like,
didn't either. I thought Missy was pretty good for the. I mean, I think everyone's turned around on Capaldi a little bit and was like, "This is good." Doctor Who, yeah, some of the stories are a little but Capaldi did a great Doctor, and Missy was a great Master, or Michelle Gomez. I think they both played their parts well, and that's what that series needed. I think that Master was played perfectly. I think because the way
yeah,
because it was actually giving a good dynamic between the Doctor and the Master that you wouldn't have gotten through the male Master. So
right, yeah, because it kind of because the master was now was now in a female body. It had an extra layer of between her and the Doctor. There's a little extra bit of tension there because
yeah, it felt like some weird romantic relationship gone
I
awry.
know. It's weird, yet at the same time, it's interesting,
Yeah.
and that's kind of why the master becoming female. I didn't. That's kind of why it worked because the actress who played because Missy just the actress who played Missy definitely made it work.
Yeah, I also think the actors saved Capaldi's run because
Yeah,
there were
look,
really good people in it.
Yeah, I mean, I never turned on Capaldi ever because, quite frankly,
Yeah.
I always liked Capaldi's Doctor. I always did, but it's just the only problem was the writing for his stories. It was the stories that sucked, not Capaldi.
Yeah, but yeah, Capaldi made stuff better, so that's why everyone remembers. They remember his good speeches, or they remember
Yeah,
what he did.
exactly. And I know I know a lot of people hated some of the things he did in the later seasons. Like they didn't like the Sonic sunglasses. I thought I quite liked those, and
I
also
like them, yeah.
also I like the fact that he played a guitar. I
On
thought
a
rock and roll.
tank.
Yeah, I mean, I was like,
Yeah.
whoa, rock and roll Doctor. That's awesome. I
Yeah,
love that.
it was yeah. It gave him some more personality to the Doctor that we really hadn't gotten before. I mean,
Yeah,
we of course we've had the personality and he liked certain things, but it was more up. And I think because honestly, it honestly felt like a Doctor that was trying to find his place before he died. Honestly,
yeah,
like he knew he was going to go, and like he wants to make the best time before he goes. That I mean, it would have been a perfect way to end the show, but we needed female representation. No,
Uh,
but,
yeah, I mean, like I said, Capaldi was great, but his later stories sucked because first they brought in Bill Potts, who I couldn't who I really grew to resent because she had to remind us she was a lesbian every 5 minutes.
yeah, yeah,
And then and
and
then and then and then what they did with that. I mean, nothing against the guy who played William Hartnell's doctor when they first brought him, because he's great.
David
That
Bradley.
actor, he's a good actor.
Yeah, they
But what they did to the first Doctor, it was like, oh, what the hell are you doing? That's not how William Hartnell's Doctor acted.
yeah. But if they had just ended it there, like the 12th Doctor met the first Doctor, boom, he says his goodbyes, it's done. That would have been a perfect way to end Doctor Who.
That would have been, yeah. I mean, coming full circle
Yeah,
like that. Yeah, meeting his original self, and then having his final send off and all. Yeah, that would have been. And just see the TARDIS just drift away into the Nether. That like before you actually see Capaldi pass on. That would be a good way to end the whole series. Yeah.
yeah. Like each ending special feels like an end to
Yeah.
So I get that. I understand, but when you go full circle like that, I feel like you need to end it. You can't go. I feel like once you're back to the beginning or with the first Doctor, and they leave on good terms, then you end it. I'm sorry, like there's no other way. I get that they might have one big send off, maybe, possibly, maybe after the 60th and after Gat was done. I guarantee there's going to be the end of Doctor Who soon after that. Because I don't know how it can go on much longer. Because I'm like, yeah, I get Tenet. That's going to probably be interesting. And we'll see how it goes. But Gatwa needs, I think he can pull his own. He seems very passionate about the role too. That's the thing I'm interested in. People that are passionate about Doctor Who, like you can tell they are, that gets me a little more excited that they're like, okay, I know what my doctor's going to be. I know where I'm going to go. I know what monsters I'm going to fight. I know how this is going to be. And you brought up a good point earlier. Like you're like there was history with the Jodie's episodes and then the monsters. But there was one thing I loved about older Doctor Who before
Yeah.
Jodie. They always crossed the history and the monsters together. Made it one big thing where they were part of the same story.
Yeah. Yeah. The It's like, yeah, exactly. In the old in the old days, the monsters would be integrated into like like whatever time period they were in, or historical events were
Hmm.
seeing happen in those episodes. But now it's just like, why even? But in Chibnall and Jodie's era, it was just like, most of the time it was either like, where are the monsters, or it's like, or even just the question, why were the monsters even there in the first place? They served no purpose.
Yeah, it's sad, honestly, what happened to our good friend Doctor Who. Like we were like, oh, interesting, a female
You could
doctor.
have,
This could be interesting, and then we just went downhill, and
yeah,
it and it's like what's so disappointing? We had just
but
had a good female master, and then they bring us a female doctor. We're like, okay, this could work. Jodie Whittaker's a good actor. Let's see. And then it absolutely went down the rails. I don't know what happened, but with Chimnall and Whitaker as well. But yeah,
yeah, it's just really sad. I mean,
Yeah, like I love Jodie and Broadchurch. Like Broadchurch is a great show, and she was in that. I
mhm.
swear, you know, Chris, why couldn't you have made your show like Broadchurch? Make a good show. Like make
I've
that
never,
make what?
I've never watched Broadchurch because that's not because that kind of show, a show
Yeah,
like that is not my thing at all.
yeah, I understand that, but it's a really good show, and that showed Jodie's acting ability. It showed that she can be a good actress, but how she was directed and who, or however she was portraying the Doctor, did not work.
Right? Yeah, because I don't, I don't know if she was even. I mean, there's probably some scenes where you'll think, is she even? Probably ask yourself, is she even trying to act?
Yes.
Because and then if she is, it's probably a good deal more than the bunch of idiots around her, like fucking. I mean, never mind Jodie. It gets worse because. Hello, are you there?
Yeah. I'm just
Yeah.
listening. Yeah.
Anyway, yeah. It's not just Jodie. It's also the. I mean, the only companion I thought he was even remotely interesting was Bradley Walsh's character. But even then, I thought it was like, stick to your day job stick to hosting game shows, Bradley. No, you're not an actor. Because Bradley Walsh is like he's a big time game show host over here in the UK. Have you ever heard of a show called The Chase?
Sorry. No, but yeah, I know. Yeah, I'm a big. Whoops.
Yeah, it's a very yeah. The Chase is like
Yeah.
it's a very big, very popular quiz show over here.
Yeah, I love a lot of British TV or movies. I am a big fan of it. And it's like honestly, comedians over there get a lot more freedom to say what they want than here these days.
Well,
I've noticed a little bit.
if you think so.
Well, some of them, I said, not all.
Right. Well. Anyway, there's also
Yeah.
yeah. Like I said, in my opinion, Bradley Walsh is not he's not an actor.
Yeah, but there was things with like Graham and stuff like there were things with certain characters and Jodie's I cared about more than the Doctor. I'm just gonna.
No, I couldn't. The only one of them I even remotely give a damn about was Bradley's was in Graham, is it?
Yeah, Graham or Bradley Walsh. Yeah.
And well, his real name's Bradley Walsh, but
Bradley Walsh, the character Graham. Yeah.
His character's great, and then but as for what's his face, the guy who played
is it Ryan?
Ryan, that's it.
Tosin Cole.
Tosin Cole. Him and Yaz.
Oh God, Yaz.
I couldn't stand either one of them. They were both awesome. They were he was Ryan was dull. Yaz was insufferable because she was just because God, her that god awful voice of hers and her just constantly blank brain dumbass face. Ugh.
Yeah. No,
it was like no. I mean, one scene that just sticks in my head is when she's like, see, like was like, she go, no, 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 and I was like, shut up, you idiot.
Yeah, and I forget. I don't.
Idiot.
Yeah, I forgot his name because it's But the dude that played the master, I would have loved as the doctor. He was a good master, or he
John
had the.
Sim. You mean John
He had,
Sim?
not in Jody's era.
Oh,
The ma-
him.
he was. He had. I'm just saying. He had the charisma to be a good doctor or master. He was better than for a doctor or master. He was better than anyone I think in that show. For Jody, I mean, I'm not saying it was good. I'm just saying like, who would you ever want? And it's just like I don't want Jody as the doctor.
Right. Well, if I'm honest, it's the like I said, I didn't actually watch anything with him in it,
Mm,
but I don't think he was quite right to play a character like the Master
yeah,
because the Master is supposed to be there's more to the master playing the Master than just being over the top um than just being over the top insane. Like that's what I because that's kind of the impression I got from his portrayal. He was just constantly, all big smiles and maniacal laughter. It was like, no, that's not the Master. I was
yeah,
like, I mean, look at the original Master, the Roger Delgado.
yeah,
He was he could just look at you with his piercing eyes, not say a word, and you'd be terrified of him.
yeah. It's just so disappointing. It's like we could have had so many good things to Jody's era, a good female doctor, and it got all thrown away just so they could push a message or whatever they wanted to do.
Yeah. I mean, yeah, I know. I could have, I probably could have saved all this for my actual Doctor Who stream. I mean, this isn't it. This is just a random stream I decided to do off on a whim.
Yeah. Honestly, we could talk more about this on a Doctor Who stream for sure. We can get into something else if you want. But honestly, it's with also, you being you're the Dalek, we have to have some Doctor Who in there.
Well,
I mean,
obvious. Of course.
yeah.
One of the big things on this channel is Doctor Who. Absolutely.
Hmm.
But it isn't. But obviously, it's not just. I don't talk about just that on this channel.
Oh yeah, I know. You're like me. We both have very big passions for certain
I have
franchises or things.
Yeah. I think I have passions for a lot of things, not just
Yeah.
Doctor Who.
Oh yeah, like I like, of course, Star Wars, Star Trek, the Doctor Who,
Yeah.
stuff like
Star Trek's a big
yeah,
one for me.
yeah, and there's of course like movies and stuff too, not just TV, but there's get video games, anime, just
Oh yeah,
there's,
video games and anime. Yeah,
yeah, there's a lot of good stuff out there now.
One of my biggest loves, especially these days, is anime. Absolutely love anime.
Oh, me too. Yeah, I'm getting more and more into it. I used to watch a little bit of it as a kid. Of course, I remember Pokemon,
Oh,
Dragon Ball, and
yeah,
Naruto.
that was my first. I think I'm not entirely certain about this, but I think Pokemon was my very first anime I ever watched.
Hmm. Yeah, and like when I was younger, I didn't even like I've said this before. I didn't even know it was anime. I was just like, this is a good show.
I know, I know. That's how I was as a kid. When I didn't know this stuff was. I didn't. I thought it was all all these Saturday morning cartoons I saw as a kid. And like
Yeah,
Pokemon, Yu-Gi-Oh, Digimon, and maybe even sometimes Beyblade. And I was like,
Beyblade. Yep, I remember Beyblade.
oh man, oh man, the opening song of Beyblade kicked ass. I loved it.
Hmm.
Yeah, but again, I didn't realize back then. I didn't realize it was from Japan. I thought it was all American.
Yeah,
But now I know where it really comes from, and I know that there's like I realized that there's actually a much wider and a huge length and breadth of anime. I was like, I have a much better appreciation for it than I did back then.
yeah. It was like so good. You're just like, well, I want to watch this. And there's
Yeah,
sometimes along there that a good American show would come, and which thank goodness I grew up like early to late 2000s, right? Like 2000s to like early 2010s, because then we just had you had so much content. Teen Titans, the original, regular show, Adventure Time, Gumball. Like we had all these things coming
yeah,
out.
yeah.
Gravity Falls, just stuff like that would always just keep you glued to the screen. Now I can barely find something from here I want to watch.
I know exactly what you mean because there's. I mean, I've all but given up on watching um normal TV anymore because it's just
Yeah,
because it's just not
the
because here the only things on here the ver- there's almost nothing because here in the UK there's nothing on except documentaries, the news, and dramas. That's it.
yeah, and when you're over here, it's just like there. The last show I watched, which was this year on TV, and not like through a streaming service, was Better Call Saul. That was the last show I watched live on TV. Was the finale in the final season of Saul. After that, I have not. I watched stuff through streaming services, YouTube,
Yeah,
or listen to music. Like that is literally just how I watch stuff now because
yeah,
I need
yeah.
and I've waited for all of House of the Dragon to come out so I can just binge it. So
Yeah, right. Yeah, people keep saying House of the Dragon's good, but honestly, I don't really care because I never watched Game of Thrones in the first place.
yeah, and that's fine. That makes sense. It, but there's just a lot of bad stuff out there, of course, and
Of
honestly,
course.
I.
And
Oh,
it,
oh,
it and it and it and if I'm honest, it breaks my heart a bit that if there's anything any kind of medium I'm more passionate about, it's animation, and the way the
yeah,
West treats animation these days is absolutely appalling, and it just breaks my heart because every new cartoon that so-called animated show that comes out or movie that comes out, it's either cheap CGI or 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 an over an out an obnoxious adult comedy or it's just some kiddie show all done in CalArts and I God I hate it. There's never
yeah.
this
There's good shows out there today. You just really gotta really look for them. But like and the thing is like Disney, right, used to be the king of animation and they've canceled some of the most animation
I
in
know,
the
I know,
years.
I know,
And, the Owl House Amphibia just ended, but
I
Owl
know.
House and Amphibia had natural diversity. They had natural characters in there that you could relate to, and made by people that worked on Gravity Falls with Alex Hirsch as well. You get rid of those. Well, Amphibia was going to end anyway; it was done. But Owl House they canceled prematurely, and
I know. Yeah, you're right. It might be the three best things that Disney did in the last 2 years were three: the DuckTales reboot.
yes, that's great too. David Tennant as well.
Oh god, yeah, David Tennant as Scrooge McDuck. That was so awesome. I
Yeah.
love that. And so yeah, that it got cancelled. The Owl House cancelled, but Amphibia. I mean, well, okay, that didn't get cancelled, but it did end, but it has ended.
No, yeah, like, but they're like DuckTales and everything. Like, they didn't get canceled. DuckTales ended, but it was basically like your final season. You're out of here. So.
And then just a few days ago, and then just a few days ago, I heard that the guy in charge at Disney came out and I was in an interview, and he came out and said that basically said animation is just for kids.
Yeah.
It's like, what the fuck?
Why is anime so popular then?
I mean, he didn't exactly say. Well, what he actually said was something.
No, I know.
Said was like parents watch these animated movies with their kids, and then before they go to bed, they want to watch something which is for them. I was like,
yeah,
like what the hell?
Yeah, why has Disney survived this long?
Like, you out of touch old fogey.
Mm-hmm. You know what's so interesting about that too, though?
That is something that makes my really annoyed, really frustrates me. Like saying animation is only for kids. I mean, animation is not a genre. It's a form. It's an art form. It's a way of storytelling. It's for everybody. You morons.
Yes, that's super true. But there's another thing here as well. So if animation's only for kids, right? It just says the hypothetical scenario. So should we be showing Samurai Jack or South Park to our kids?
Yes. Well,
no,
not South
yeah.
Park, but Samurai Jack. Samurai Jack, yes. South Park, no.
Okay, yeah. Even Samurai Jack a little bit can be like for a younger kid can be like, well, maybe just be careful, Mom.
I mean, okay, maybe Samurai Jack wasn't really made for little kids, but it was definitely made for young teens.
Yeah, but that's what I'm saying. Like, these shows also connect with adults as well. There's adult animation. And why did Disney survive so long? Why are there so many adult fans of Disney that will spend thousands of dollars to go to Disney World each year?
It's because of the kids who grew up in watching Disney animated movies in the 90s, and then they all grew up, and they're still.
And what's Disney doing in the parks right now? Making more rides themed on animation. Like, shut the hell up, Bob Chapek. Chapstick, whatever. It's just like.
I don't want to disparage my good overlord, but seriously, Doomcock, you're barking up the wrong tree if you think this guy is gonna save Disney.
Yeah, like honestly, if somehow there's been some good directions, but it's got to fully change for I'll even admit. I'm a fan of Andor and Tales of the Jedi, the two newest Star Wars shows. I think they are some of the best Star Wars we've ever had in a long time. I mean, I like Bad Batch and Mando as well. I'm not the biggest fan of Book of Boba Fett or Kenobi, but I think Book of Boba Fett could have been better. It just needed more time to cook.
I mean,
and
if you
production.
yeah, I mean, if you go back on my channel a little bit, I reviewed all of Book of Boba Fett,
Hmm.
and for and I didn't enjoy it very much because
Yeah,
most of it was just really slow, really boring,
yeah,
and the last episode is a mess.
yeah. Like the final three were
But
pretty okay, but after that,
but
it's just
but
like the whole show's bad.
and the only good episodes of Book of Boba Fett weren't even about Boba Fett. They were
About
centered on
Mando,
the Mandalorian.
yeah, it's like it's why people call it Mando 2.5. Like,
Yeah, I will say this. What I enjoyed seeing. I enjoyed seeing Mando get the Dark Blade because the Dark Blade's awesome.
oh yeah, the dark saber, yeah.
Dark Saber, yeah.
It's yeah, stuff like that's really cool, and seeing him if it's great. But on it, yeah, I think Mando season 3 is gonna be good. Andor, the dude that is it Tony Goldstein, Goldberg, it's something like that. The dude that does Andor, he is a great Star Wars director, and honestly, he did of course Rogue One as well. But if there was more like Andor and Tales of the Jedi, Bad Batch, and Mando, we would be fine with Star Wars. We wouldn't have complaints with the sequels if it was like actual Star Wars. But we didn't
Yeah,
get Star Wars in the movie. The thing that people see with Star Wars now is the sequels, and they don't want to give the
yeah,
other stuff a chance. But this new stuff on Disney Plus, besides Book of Boba Fett, besides the final three eps, in my opinion, and the and Kenobi, it's pretty golden right now on Disney Plus for Star Wars. It's actually Star Wars stuff. You're actually
mhm,
getting what you want, but people don't want to watch it because they don't trust Disney, which makes sense. You gave us movies that tarnished characters we love, and I get that. And
exactly.
honestly,
Yeah,
and
yeah,
I get why not wanting to have that chance. That sorry, not giving the chance to watch stuff. But honestly, if you want good Star Wars, try give Andor a watch or give Tales of the Jedi, the final season of Clone Wars, Mando, and Bad Batch. Stuff like that has been really good, and I think everyone should at
yeah,
least give it a chance before they diss
yeah,
it.
yeah. I know what you mean. I know. After Book of Boba Fett, I was just like, yeah, I'm not gonna bother with Star Wars anymore because
Oh,
or at least the live action stuff because I might watch the animated stuff like the Bad Batch and maybe this new that just came out, this Tales of the Jedi. I think maybe I'll
it's
watch
good.
those because
Yeah,
I did watch the first. I've seen I've seen all the episodes of the Clone Wars.
yeah.
I've seen Star Wars Rebels.
I liked Rebels. I thought it was pretty
I
decent.
liked
Yeah.
Rebels, and I have seen the first season of the Bad Batch.
Yeah, this Bad Batch 2 comes out in January of next year. It was supposed to come out at the end of September with Andor, but it got pushed to January so they could work more on the animation and stuff, I guess. So yeah,
Right.
but honestly, if it's a good product, I want more time for it. If it has to be delayed to make it better, do that because I want a good product. I don't want you to rush it out and give us something bad.
Well, yeah, yeah. That's what that is definitely something I wish more entertainment, more of these studios and companies would do a bit more. I mean, quantity over not sorry, quality over quantity. Damn it! Oh, I said that
Yeah,
backwards.
yeah, yeah.
But you know what I
Yeah,
mean. You know what I mean.
yeah. Good over bad. Good over,
Qu-
but
yeah, quality over quantity. That's what I meant to say.
yep. And yeah. But honestly, I will say if you want quality Star Wars content, I would recommend Andor and I would recommend Tales of the Jedi.
Mhm.
because it's actually Star Wars, and you will like it.
Yeah,
And
I'm not sure
yeah,
I'm not sure about watching Andor because I know it's a thing. I've heard people say like give mixed opinions. Like some say it's boring, some say it's good.
um, the thing with Andor is how I would describe Andor. It is a watch that you need to have after all the episodes have released. The only reason why is it's like anime. There's 3 episode arcs for all 12 episodes. So there's the Ferrex arc, Aldani, the new arc that's going on right now, which we're having the final episode today of this new arc, and then there's going to be the next arc tomorrow. They've done it in 3 episode arcs for different planets and stuff, and it all
Right,
connects
right.
together. So it's a show that is a neat. Because the episodes follow up from the last one, so it's good to just watch it as a binge rather than a show coming out weekly. It
Nice,
really
right.
because it's all happening together. It's all one continuous storyline, but it's really good. And
Nice, right, right.
yeah, it's like the final
Right,
season of Clone Wars where they had those arcs, but they all went together somehow. It's like
right.
that.
Well, right. Well, can you? Okay. Yeah, yeah. Right. Well, anyway, I need to can we just pause for just a moment because so I can introduce someone else who's actually popped into the chat into the stream. Let,
Okay.
let's say hello to Tiger Stripes. Hey, Tiger
Hey,
Stripes.
Dalek. Hey, nice to meet you,
How
Nick the
you doing,
Bounty
Tiger
Hunter.
Stripes?
Yeah, nice to meet you too.
Hey,
It's how you doing, Tiger Stripes?
I'm doing okay. I had a good Halloween. How was yours?
I didn't really do much for Halloween because I mostly watched some I watched some Halloween themed stuff on YouTube.
Yeah, we stayed in and watched stuff.
Yeah, that was ours too.
We carved our
Just
pumpkins. We made some paper toys that we downloaded off the internet that turned out to be really intricate and took hours to do. Was it fun? Yes.
did it take a while? Yes.
Yes, yes. Raven's Blight Manor. As he has just a world of paper toys there, most of them kind of macabre. So I made a little haunted house.
Nice.
Yes, yes.
Very
But
good.
hours to do. Just fiddly, incredibly fiddly, but beautiful when it's done. His stuff is just wonderful. He's got a ray gun. I want to try.
Interesting.
Yeah, yeah. And we watched a movie, The Eye of the Devil, which is really more about paganism. It's really not about the devil per se. And it's an old movie from like
Yeah.
65. Was it good? I don't know. It was very slow. Had a great Boffo cast. Just black and white.
Right, and hello in the chat to Christian Fandom Geek. Good to see you. What's up, What's up, peeps? Wait, just smash the like button as standard. Well, thank you, Christian Fandom Geek, very much. Hey, how you doing today? Did you have a good Halloween? Right, so you were right. So it sounds like you had a good Halloween, Tiger Stripes.
It was nice. It was pleasant. We had hollowed out the pumpkins the day before, so there was nothing to do on Halloween besides the carving. It was good.
Well, that's
I made a kitty.
Aww.
Yes, my jack-o'-lantern was a kitty.
Aww.
Yes. Yeah, I saw one online and they had used the eye cutouts for ears. So that's what I did. It worked. Nick
Oh,
the
that's-
Bounty Hunter, do you do Halloween?
Yeah, it was more I guess it was more just watching stuff more than anything else. But yeah, we've just had some. Yeah. Oh, I haven't really said this to YouTube, but my grandmother has been a little sick recently,
Oh, wow.
I'm sorry
and
to hear that.
we've had to just do some house care and stuff. She was in the hospital for a few months, and we just had to do.
Oh, man.
Yeah,
She's back home now?
yeah, and we have some home care with her,
That's
and
very
stuff.
difficult, very hard.
Yeah,
Yeah.
but
And
it's going pretty good. But she's regaining. Yeah, she lost the ability to walk a little bit, but she's uh the physical therapist, which is actually one of our family members. But he's been helping her a lot out, and she's just started to walk again and stuff. So that's very good.
That's perfect. That's important. It's important to get out of bed. It's important
Yeah,
to
but
walk.
so yeah, we didn't do much, but yeah, we've just. Well, I mean, the McRibs came back on Halloween, so we got some of those. But I mean,
Yeah, I see on the TV they're teasing taking them away forever. And
yeah,
I'm like, oh, that they can't possibly be serious. People would
yeah,
riot.
yeah. Dalek's probably like, why is he muting all the time? And it's like, well, I was eating like a McRib while we were talking.
I understand.
I didn't want to do ASMR on you.
All right. Okay.
Those things are so
All right.
peculiar.
Fair enough. So anyway,
Yeah, but hey man, it's been great, but I gotta head out. A friend's trying to call me. But yeah, it's
Oh.
been great talking about Doctor Who and stuff with you, Dalek. I hope to talk again. Oh yeah, I followed you on Discord, Dalek.
Oh, did you? Thanks.
Yeah. So just text or message me on there or something when your Doctor Who stream's going to be. That'd be fun.
Okay. All right. Yeah, sure. I'll let you know.
All right. Well, nice meeting you, Tiger Stripes, and nice talking to you, Dalek.
Very
Okay,
nice
Yeah.
to meet you too.
Well, thank you
Yeah.
very much, Nick the Bounty Hunter. It was great talking to you. So I hope to see you again on another stream soon.
Oh yeah. If you're on like Jedi Bill next sometime, I mean again, then I'll probably be on there when he's live too. So, yep. But talk to y'all later.
Okay. All right. See you,
Yep.
Nick.
See ya.
Well,
And
it's
then there were two.
and then there were two. All right. Well, I got. I'm not sure. All right. This stream's been going for almost an hour now. So at this point, I'm
Wow.
not sure. Yeah, I'm not sure how much longer I'm going to keep this going
That
because
seems reasonable to wrap it up after an hour. That's a good afternoon live stream.
yeah, I
Mhm.
mean it's because I mean, you probably know this, but I set the rule for this channel that a live stream the limit for a live stream is 3 hours.
Mhm. I
But
think even shorter might be a good rule to bring in viewers. That's just my gut.
I think it's I don't think many people have been watching this. I've been watching this stream because I think most of the time Nick was here, no one was watching until you popped in and Christian Fandom Geek popped in the
Yeah.
chat.
Well, it's good to see you. I'm glad you had a good Halloween. The holidays are now starting to steamroll us.
Yeah, and I mean, even during the last week of a week or two of December, I was in my local little local market. I guess it was like, and I was out buying a bit of food for my lunch, and well, they had this section at the back which was themed for Halloween, and
The holiday section.
Like, well, no, usually it's, I think it's where they usually keep the baked goods, but
Ah,
but but anyway, I walked past there early last week, just before Halloween, and and I couldn't believe what already they were putting stuff for Christmas on up there.
yes, yes. I almost understand it because it's a massive selling season for stores. And there's that, I mean, they call Black Friday, as I always understood, was because it's that point in November where most marketplaces and stores actually start to turn a profit for the year.
Right. Well,
So I
uh,
kind of get it. But yeah, I turn my head. I don't look at stuff
but
until
I'm
the day
just like,
after Halloween.
but it's just like, what? Why is that? Why are there mince pies on the on the shelf already?
Oh, you mean
It's still
they don't sell mince pies year round in the UK? That's really a
no,
Christmas
they
thing. I'm just
don't.
asking. I don't know. I
Which
kind of
is
thought it was specifically a
no,
Christmas food,
yeah, no mince. Yeah, yeah,
like fruitcake.
mince pies are traditionally they're eaten at Christmas.
But you have plum pudding year round?
Plum pudding, maybe I'm not too sure on that one.
I'm just joking, mostly. I really don't know. I just know what I imagine to be true. I'm a bit of an Anglophile. I've always sort of dreamt of it. That's interesting.
Yeah, but
And we don't have, it's funny because we do have our version in America of plum pudding, which is fruitcake, but we don't have
right.
mince pies at all. If you want mince pies, you've got to go to the English section
You
of
don't have
of the
you don't
foreign
have
foods
you don't
mart.
have you don't have mince pies at all in America.
Only in the import stores at Christmas,
Oh,
as
that
specifically an
sucks.
imported item. Right.
That
It's funny.
sucks.
I'm still not 100% exactly what mince is. I think I know, but I'm not sure. I mean, it doesn't
It's
literally involve meat, right?
no,
I
no, no,
just
no.
don't
They're
really
called mince. No, yeah, they're called mince pies, but it's not. They don't have. These are a sweet thing. They don't have meat in them.
right. Yes, it's candied fruit minced very fine.
So, yeah, I think that's basically it. Yeah, it's
Okay.
and
Yeah.
got with it right in a little
And a little tart.
in a little pastry thing. Yeah,
Yes.
a
Like a
tiny
tart
little pie
shell.
with a bit of sugar sprinkled on the top. That's basically
Yeah.
a mince pie.
And they sound adorable.
Yeah, and they do little like sometimes they do little Christmas tree designs or holly designs on the top.
Oh, too darling.
Yeah, they're very they're a big part of Christmas over here. Mince
Now they
pies.
figure so big in Harry Potter. And I knew what they were before then too. But yes, Ron Weasley knocking back the mince pies. No
Like
wonder he grew so tall.
that was probably was that in the second or third film he was doing that
I feel
stuffing
like he
shells.
was half grown at that point, where they were
Yeah.
sitting in the burrow and he's just sort of eating them awkwardly one after the other because he just can't quite relate to Hermione
Oh,
because they're at that age
oh,
where he doesn't
wait.
want to
That was
admit it.
in. Oh wait, that was in Half Blood Prince, wasn't it? When they went to the borough for
Probably, I
Christmas.
don't,
I think.
I would have to go back and look at them.
I think that was. Yeah, I think that was when they went
Yeah.
to went to the borough for Christmas. I think that
Yeah,
was Half Blood
we need
Prince.
to do a Harry Potter Christmas stream about specifically the Christmas points in Harry Potter.
A live stream about the Christmas parts of Harry Potter.
Yeah, yeah, we do.
That's very
I love all of that.
That's very specific.
It is very specific. As I told you, it's steamrolling down. I've got Christmas on the brain now.
Like, I mean, don't get me wrong. I've always liked Christmas, but it did become a bit annoying seeing signs of it so early.
I'm a big fan.
Like,
I
like
have so much
out.
Christmas music. I have to start listening in November, and then I do it in July as well because I just have too much to get through.
I mean, I'm just look.
I'm a fan.
I'm just like, why is this here? Why can't we? Why save this stuff for December?
Well, it takes so much work to get the house decorated and get everybody on board and do the presents, and I feel like it's good to have a leg up. But I understand what you're saying, and I know that most people feel exactly that way.
Yeah, I mean, at least I'm not at least I don't. I do like Christmas, but maybe not quite as much as I did when I was a kid. But at least I'm not a Scrooge like my brother. He's gone in. He's gone into. He's gone
Full
into
Scrooge.
he's gone full Scrooge. He's gone to this whole thing like he just said to me, I'm too. Yeah, he actually once said to me, I'm too old for Christmas.
Oh, ouch! That hurts. I mean, everybody eventually gets too old for Santa, or you become other people's Santa, which is really kind of what that's about.
No,
But
he
too
didn't.
old for Christmas. Oh my
He didn't
gosh.
just. No, he didn't mean just. Yeah, he didn't mean just Father Christmas. He meant
Yeah. He means
Christmas
the whole.
all together.
See, now that's somebody who's very happy to roll in on Christmas morning and open their presents. They just don't want to do it for anyone else.
I mean, and that's another thing. Yanchi said to my parents
Of course.
he doesn't want Christmas presents anymore.
Okay, of course I don't know your brother. However, I have found the sure way to cure a person of saying that is to deliver on their request. And then they kind of learn their lesson after one time. That's been my experience. You only have to do that once to somebody before they realize, oh, I'm saying it, but I don't really mean it.
You don't know how thick-skulled my brother is.
Well, we all have thick-skulled brothers.
and I think this is a good moment to introduce another guest who suddenly popped in. Hello to Scotty R37.
Speaking of thick skulls.
If you want to goof on yourself, am I allowed to laugh?
Oh yeah, for sure. Totes.
Yes.
That's why I said it.
Yeah, self-effacing humor always gets me.
Heavens. How's your day, everybody? It's good to be here, Dalek. Thank you, Tiger. Always a pleasure.
We're just kind of kicking around the topics, nothing really pressing, right, Dalek?
Yeah. That was I was feeling a little my mood was a little foul earlier on, and I thought I'll go live on YouTube and find some people to talk to maybe that'll cheer me up.
Oh, well, okay. So speaking of destroying your mood, did you watch the Power of the Doctor?
No.
Okay. All right, then good.
Is that the new Doctor?
That's it's the Jodie Whittaker regeneration episode.
Mm-hmm.
Why was he even?
And this guy's young. He's very young.
Well, it's David Tennant is the 14th Doctor, believe it or not.
Yeah, David Tennant's back as the Doctor.
Oh my gosh. How long is that going to last for?
Probably I would say a handful of episodes.
Not for very long. I think it's going to be something like 3 or 4 special episodes leading up to the 60th anniversary next year, and then it'll be the new guy.
Yeah,
right, because they've got the new guy all picked out, right?
And apparently, I just learned this week his name. If you want to pronounce his first name, because it doesn't become evident with the spelling, but his first name is Ncuti.
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 Oh, Ncuti.
Yes.
Yeah. Good to know.
So here's a thing, and I want to know whether or not this makes me a bad Doctor Who fan or a bad human. So they've said that Ncuti, when he becomes the 15th Doctor, is going to be the first gay Doctor. Their words, not mine. Now, I've always considered the Doctor to be relatively asexual. Well, I've always thought that the Doctor, and part of the reason that the Doctor is so, an aspiration or attractive to everyone, is that it doesn't matter how much you love the Doctor is not going to have sex with you. It doesn't matter.
I like it that way too. However, he did fall for Rose.
For But for like the first 45 years of Doctor Who, that was the case. The Doctor didn't fall in love with anybody. He was just
Mhm. And
was
he had a
he
wife.
he just had companions. A wife.
Well,
He
yeah,
married River, I
River
believe.
Song. Yeah.
Yeah.
I was talking about the classic era, not when they brought in River Song. But
Do you have-
yes, in the new series they did this. They started doing this whole thing. It started, well, actually, technically, it started with Paul McGann because he kissed his companion in his
Famously,
That was in the
was
movie.
that was the first time that the Doctor had
Mhm.
actually kissed a companion, or anyone for that matter.
It was.
Mhm.
It was the first time. Yeah.
I do think Baker and Louise Jameson exchanged a few looks.
Well, but
There
also,
was something there, but it's very common for the companion to crush hard on the Doctor. And yes, the Doctor never used to return that affection, not in that
So-
way.
so getting back to it, like, while I don't like representation for representation's sake, and I certainly
Almost certainly what they're doing here.
and I don't like the idea of applying a sexuality to a Doctor that I always thought was relatively asexual. Like, it didn't matter how much I love the Doctor. Like, this is part of the reason why I didn't really like Jodie Whittaker's Doctor, is because I wanted someone more like Elizabeth Hurley that would be sultry, sexy, and it doesn't matter how hard you try, you will never be with her. And with Jodie Whittaker, it was like, well,
I'd have kind of like,
why would I?
Yeah, I think I'd have kind of liked Joanna Lumley as the Doctor.
See, that's not a bad choice, but Joanna Lumley was the Doctor.
She was technically Joanna Lumley was the first female Doctor, not Whittaker.
Was that
I
in the
don't think
Red
it
Nose
counts, though.
sketch for Red Nose Day?
Well,
Yes.
technically, no, it doesn't count because it was in that little Red Nose Day special from like 2000, 2001 or something like that, and it's not canon to Doctor Who at all.
But she was a good Doctor
But-
for
but-
non-canon.
But in that special, we had Rowan Atkinson as the Doctor. I mean, that was cool.
Hugh
Yeah, there were
Grant,
multiple Doctors.
Jonathan Pryce as the Master. That was awesome. But yeah. So anyway, I don't know. I don't know whether it makes me sort of a phobe, but I don't. Announcing that the Doctor is going to be applied to sexuality, a homosexuality, when before the hetero was always sort of implied but never expressed.
Yeah, I mean, look, in the past, the Doctor never showed any kind of interest or attraction to his companions. Sure, he cared for them. He did care for them, but it was more like
But it wasn't sexual.
Right.
But it was more like a fatherly thing or a guardian thing, not a romantic thing.
Well, and even when it was a romantic thing, as Tiger brought up in terms of falling for Rose and the connection
It
between...
is more romantic than sexual.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And I thought that the love of the Doctor, when you invoke Rose, I thought it was more of a spiritual, emotional thing.
I mean, why? Yeah. I mean, why should the Doctor be attracted to a human companion? He's not human.
I don't know. One of the first things Tennant's Doctor says to Rose is he describes himself as sexy, although he does put a question mark at the end.
Nice.
Yeah. Well,
so there
is
that.
That's when I think that was when David Tennant was giving his speech about who is like, who am I to this.
He was defining himself. He'd really just been born.
He had literally just been born. He didn't. It's like he didn't know himself, his new self yet.
Correct.
Well, and even when oh my stars, Matt Smith regenerated into Peter Capaldi. I think he was in the first 1 or 2 episodes of Capaldi's Doctor, and he says, "Clara, I'm not your boyfriend."
But there is that night that he takes River to that planet where they have 3 nights together.
Yes.
At some point she realizes that the nights are
100 years
57 days long or something.
Something like that. Yeah, no, they spend
and
like
the
hundreds of
they're
years.
giving each other. Those
so
are
romantic.
Those are looks of love.
Yeah. And I didn't
Romantic
necessarily
love.
and I suppose, is that, again, this is me asking whether or not I'm a phobe. What if there is another relationship between a doctor and a different person, and it's with Shooty being the 15th Doctor, and then with, I don't know, let's just throw a person out there. Name a companion that's a guy, and they exchange looks of love. Is that, it's not sexual, it's just romantic.
Yeah, because I don't, because again, I don't, because it, to me,
what's
the Doctor has never been a sexual being to me at all. Because
I don't think the Doctor has an O face. I think the Doctor's O face is just how the Doctor looks all the time.
well, it was the case. Maybe the case with Whittaker because her mouth was always.
No, she was so crinkly. Her nose was crinkly. I didn't find it attractive at all.
I've seen just the slightest bits of Whittaker. I have not seen hardly any.
I think I've seen like 3 episodes, and
I haven't even seen an episode from beginning to end.
Just
She put me right off at the beginning when she did that interview, and she said, I understand there's a lot of lore and background, and I started to look into it, and then I decided I couldn't be arsed.
Which is so.
And when she said that, I was out.
And considering
it's very unprofessional as an actor.
Considering the elevation that Peter Capaldi gave to Doctor Who in terms of the reverence that he had for the Doctor.
Being the Doctor so much.
Well, yeah, I mean, both David Tennant and Peter Capaldi, they loved being the Doctor because they were so passionate about the show.
Well, and same with Matt Smith.
Really
credit where credit is due.
I don't know about Smith. I do know that Tennant showed up on Craig Ferguson's talk show, and Ferguson famously always had a TARDIS on his desk. And Tennant sat down, and Ferguson said, well, I've made everything comfortable for you. Look, there's your TARDIS. And Tennant immediately shot back. That's not my TARDIS.
This is awesome.
You know,
what did he say, Tiger?
See, Tennant immediately shot back. That's not my TARDIS.
Yeah.
That's not his TARDIS.
Right. He knew. He knew the differences between the different TARDI. It was very impressive.
TARDISes.
He knew the difference between each version of the police box, right?
Yeah.
Right.
And it was really cool. But also, what is it? There's if you look up on YouTube, maybe I'll find it. But there is an opening to a Craig Ferguson show that is with Daleks, and he does a song and dance number to the theme of Doctor Who. Hang on a second. I'm going to find it and I'm going to put it in the chat.
Yeah, okay.
But anyway, that's sort of beside the point, although it's always fun. That's the thing. You want
I just love Craig Ferguson.
Who's playing the Doctor to have delight in everything.
Yeah. I mean, just never mind. One thing that's key to the Doctor's character is that no matter which one it is, he's got to, no matter whether he's got to have something, some kind of a little bit of excitement, a little bit of whimsy about him, because the Doctor is a bit of a whimsy character a lot of the time. So
I agree.
And some
almost
of the Doctors,
childlike delight.
Yeah,
in everything.
Like I mean, a good one I can think of that is like John Pertwee, for example. He always had, or Tom Baker even.
Baker especially.
Well, of course, especially Tom.
Tom
Baker.
Or Colin?
Tom.
Tom.
Okay. Hey, little love for Colin Baker. Come on.
You go right ahead.
Oh, come on. I love that chubby asshole.
I'm not saying. Look, Colin Baker's era is not the best, and it does have its moments.
I don't know. There's something, and again, it's sort of one of those eras of Doctor Who where I think that people sort of look down their noses on the Colin Baker era. What is that? Like the 7th Doctor? 6th?
Sixth.
Okay.
Sixth.
Because he was so abrasive. That's why people don't like the 6th Doctor, is because he was such a prick.
Yeah, I know. Yeah, he was. I mean, he tried to strangle Perry right after he was going while he was going through post
Regeneration. Yeah.
post regenerative trauma.
But also it was Perry, so would you miss her?
Eh, she's a bit. Perry was she was a bit whiny, but she was hot.
Well, no, but okay, so is Perry the one who was the stewardess?
Stewardess.
Perry famous for dying
No,
and everyone
no.
grieved?
No, Perry.
Wasn't she
Perry
that
was
character?
Perry wasn't you mean the air hostess?
Same difference. I'm sorry,
That
it was
was-
the 70s or 80s.
That
I
was
can say
Teague.
stewardess.
That
was
Tegan.
Tegan. My mistake.
not Perry.
My mistake. Oh no, I remembered Perry now. Yes. Perry was the busty one.
Yes, she was the busty one.
Okay. Ahoy to Potato Reven.
Hello,
Revan.
Potato Revan. Hey, good to see you. How you doing?
I corrected myself. I apologize.
So,
So no, I don't understand in terms of announcing the Doctor's sexuality, because the Doctor it doesn't matter how hard anyone tries, never gonna fuck you.
No, it does. Yeah, exactly.
Well, I'm not clear on whether it's the doctor or the actor who's gay.
That's true, and that's
It's-
something that I thought of, and it's like,
I think the way they've worded it, it's gonna be both.
Huh.
It's both.
so it's gonna be Brokeback Doctor.
Probably.
All right, well,
Like, but which is just, but these days it's just so typical.
Mhm.
Well, but in the Power of the Doctor, it was interesting to see Ace and Tegan interact with the Doctor, and even before Jodie Whittaker's introduction, they're like, why do you keep saying she? Which was a nice nod. Although they stepped into line and it was like, okay, the Doctor's a woman. Okay. But
Yeah.
in the beginning, there was a certain level of shock when they were sitting there and what's going on with the Doctor? Have you seen the Doctor? She's fine. She's fine. What do you mean she? And it was a nice moment.
Well, of course. Well, yeah. I mean, don't get me wrong. Ace is definitely one of my favorite Doctor companions.
Really?
'Cause- Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. What? You got a problem with Ace?
No, I don't have a problem with her.
What? No.
Just not one of my favorites. That's all.
I mean, how could you not love Ace, the one who bashed a Dalek with a baseball bat?
That is pretty bitchin'.
That is pretty cool.
I apologize for the casual swearing. It's what I do.
but yeah, I really liked Ace, but I didn't want to. Did you know I met Ace? I mean, I met Sophie Aldred.
Nice.
Yeah, I met her at a convention a few years ago, and I actually got her autograph. So
Who was the
And then you did some waiting online. Was she nice? Did she give you a moment?
they made out?
I meant while getting the autograph.
Yeah,
You don't
that's
have
what I'm
to.
talking about.
Speaking of reducing everything to sexuality, Scotty,
Sorry,
check and check
cheap joke. My
as
mistake.
ever.
but anyway, yeah, I liked Sophie Aldred. I like Ace, but I didn't want to see her in this incarnation of Doctor Who.
Why?
Because I thought like everything else, they're gonna ruin her.
But they didn't. She's actually pretty bitching in this movie, like in this episode. It's really well, and I call it a movie because it's an hour and a half long. So
Yeah, I know.
But I really like. I think again. I know you haven't watched it, and I know your aversion to the 13th Doctor, and I don't argue with it at all. But this episode, I was okay with it. It actually felt like a Doctor Who episode. It didn't feel like The Message.
How's
Really,
Tennant?
because well, from what I've heard, even if it wasn't didn't if even if it didn't have the message in it, God, we've all started saying it like that. Thanks, critical
I like
drinker.
Drinker.
Thanks, Drinker.
Thanks, Drinker.
Well, how was Tennant?
Well, he only shows up at the very end for the regeneration.
Yeah,
And-
yeah.
But I like.
Did he have a line?
Yeah, he says what twice.
He just goes. Yeah, he does he doesn't he just do the classic Tennant bit? He just goes.
Is
What?
this the first
What?
time? Is this the first time an actor has come back as a Doctor's regeneration? It is, isn't it?
Well, okay, so
Well-
they did address it in the Capaldi era because at the beginning, at the very first episode of the regeneration of Capaldi, he does see his reflection and he's like, I know this face. Why am I this face? Why? And then it takes like, I think 6 or 7 episodes into the first season of Capaldi where he recognizes that he is someone from it's the volcano episode.
It was the old guy from Fires of Pompeii.
Exactly. And so he does go back. And then also in the 50th anniversary special, Tom Baker says, you know what? Maybe we'll get so old that we'll revisit some old faces. And
Yeah.
so it is possible. I'm not discounting.
I'm just asking if this is the first time this has happened. I know that the Doctor's probably gone through a tumble of regenerations during one of those anniversaries.
That's yeah.
But
I
this
mean,
is
they
the first.
put them all
Yes.
together in a room. I don't even know how they managed to explain that, but
I
they
mean,
did
what-
that, right?
I mean, we've had of course we've had past actors who played the Doctor come back and be in like these special episodes, like you know, like.
But that's not the same as an actor actually regenerating and being the character again, right?
No,
Right.
no,
This is
no,
a
no.
first?
That's not the same. No, that's not the same thing as you know. Those are. I mean, when you, in the past, when you had these actors past Doctors come back, and meet each other. That's nothing to do with regeneration. That's like the present Doctor meeting his past selves.
But in answer to your question, Tiger, this is the first time that
Right.
a Doctor has regenerated into a past incarnation.
Right. It seems a bit of a desperate move to kind of put some interest into the franchise, right?
Well, let's not forget it's called show business.
I get that. I just
But anyway, yeah, Tiger Strikes. You've seen. I guess we kind of hinted at that this was a possibility, especially when Tom Baker came back as the curator, hinting that he's a possible future for the Doctor. So they kind of established that there. But this is the first time we've literally seen a current Doctor regenerate into the body of a past one.
right.
True.
It's kind of a big deal in terms of Doctor lore.
Well, and that's exactly his reaction. That's the Doctor's reaction when they regenerate into Tennant, because the first thing he does is run his tongue across his teeth, and he recognizes his teeth the same way.
Which is kind of mirroring is one of his first lines when he first regenerated.
Yeah.
Christopher Eccleston. New teeth. That's weird.
Yeah. And so he does, and he recognizes his teeth, and he looks, and he's like, "What? What?" And so it
Eccleston
is.
also commented on his ears the first time he saw his face in a mirror,
Oh yeah, I could have done without
which
the
is really
ears.
charming.
Yes.
That was Eccleston. Like when he when he was in Rose's flat
Right.
and then he looks in the mirror and says, "Oh, it could have been worse, but look at
Yeah.
the ears."
Yeah.
Yeah. And then poor Capaldi goes, old.
Hmm. Attack eyebrows.
Which I identify with.
Oh, come on.
It's hard. It's hard looking in the mirror when you get old.
Yeah. Well, fairy tales can come true. It can happen to you if
Yeah,
you're young at heart.
I'm saving up.
I think it would have.
Hey, BK Dan, Time Prophet. Hail
Oh,
the
yeah.
Time
Good for
Prophet.
you. Yeah. Hey, hello, you
Oh
guys.
yeah, hello to Time Prophet. Good to see you, and BK Dan. Good to see you too. 14 equals 10. Yeah, so
Yeah, it's all messed up.
in a sense.
Is that binary?
No.
I mean, Doctor Who lore is already is messed up. Is so
right.
twisted beyond recognition.
Right.
They may as well do something like this.
Yeah. I don't
Might
even
as
know
well-
who that. I don't know who that African American or African lady is. The black lady who is the doctor. I don't even know.
Yeah,
Joanne, the actress's name.
That.
Perhaps. I don't know. I've never seen her on
her
Adventures.
gravitas during that one very brief scene.
Yeah, but
liked
still.
Her character. I wouldn't have minded her in a heartbeat for the Lady Doctor. Would have loved her.
Yeah, well, I do. Yeah, that's fine.
She had a quality.
If Capaldi regenerated into her, maybe it could have worked a little better. But maybe.
Hard to say.
But the way they framed it, that just like she's before William Hartnell is like it's like
Yes.
F off.
Yeah.
No.
No.
Yeah. Sawed that.
William Hartnell is the first Doctor. End of.
Yep.
Yeah.
He's
Yep.
the first Doctor.
Absolutely.
And I agree with that wholeheartedly. I think that retcon was offensive.
Stomach turning.
Yeah. Like, I don't mind revelations of the past. In fact, I adore them.
If they're
But-
very, very carefully and well done, but that in and of itself is very rare.
Stuff
Mhm.
thing.
But they're just
Yeah,
making
yeah.
political points.
Yeah,
They're just
adding
hammering in their
stuff.
political nails, and it's absolutely stomach turning.
Yeah, adding
Sawed
stuff.
them all.
Adding stuff. Yeah, exactly. Adding stuff to the lore, as long as it makes sense, is fine. But completely rewriting the entirety of the lore, what the heck? It's like
There's a
F
special
off.
place in hell for them.
Yes. It's called Disney Plus.
Which is exactly where Doctor Who is going, unfortunately.
Well,
it
but the
really?
thing is, people have said maybe that means a higher budget for the show, although I don't know if that's a good thing.
I always liked
I
what they
saw-
did with their budget.
I saw something. I saw a post on Twitter which was like leading to a screenshot of an article. It said Doctor Who getting an American makeover.
Moo.
I was like, what?
The
Okay, and
television
I
show
just thought,
Community
okay.
had
So you
a satirical character
so-
based on Doctor Who in a satirical
mean-
show. And they
you mean-
absolutely did that one episode. They had an American movie version of that postulated satirical English Doctor Who parody. And they just Americaned it up. It was funny.
Well,
But
but that's what
It's
the Paul
becoming
McGann
prophetic.
Doctor
The-
Who.
the Paul McGann movie
What-
was an Americanized version of Doctor Who. We've seen it before.
That's what it was. Well, yeah, that's what the Doctor Who move. That's what that move. That's what Paul McGann's movie was supposed to be. It was supposed to be a pilot for an Americanized series of Doctor Who, but obviously that never happened.
Mhm. Well, that's because Eric
and now they're
Roberts.
And now they're attempting the same thing again.
I don't know
and-
if they're attempting the same thing again. I think they're Disneyfying it, which is going to be a bit of a question mark.
Ugh.
I know, I as
They're-
well.
Look, they've already twisted it beyond and mutilated it beyond recognition. Now they're going to remove its very soul by getting rid of the one thing that gave it its soul, its Britishness.
Mhm.
Remove its very soul.
Like film in Wales. Anyway,
If Doctor Who, Yeah, that's what one of the essential things about Doctor Who. It's British.
I
Mhm.
feel like I'm missing something. So has Disney bought the franchise from the
No,
BBC?
not exactly. No, not exactly. They've no.
Well, first things first, the BBC does not own the rights to Doctor Who. I believe Doctor Who itself, as an entity, owns itself now, and
Mm.
it is licensed out. And in terms of the global distribution rights, now that it is no longer exclusively owned by the BBC, it is a partnership with Disney Plus for all future episodes distribution. So there is going to be a hand from Disney, whether that be financial or creative, I do not know. But there is moving forward. Yes, your global friendship at Disney is going to be responsible for taking care of Doctor Who.
Huh.
Yeah.
So we'll see. They're
Mhm.
going to want it to be, I don't know, appealing to markets. Like they, until it becomes unprofitable kind of thing.
Hmm.
So we'll see. Enjoy product. So I don't know. More and more that I look at all the things that are coming out that are fresh and new, I'm like, I'd rather watch old things. They weren't so explicitly product.
They gave. Okay, yeah, but yeah, BK Dan's right. Yeah, they gave full creative control of Doctor Who over to Russell T Davies and Bad Wolf, but
And
Sony
bought
bought Bad Wolf.
Well, and Sony
Right.
and Disney are bedfellows. Like, just look at Spider-Man.
And then now they've got this deal with Disney they've given the distribution rights to Disney. So
Yes.
so they can host it on Disney Plus.
And you know what the most disappointing thing about that was is that they're not, like, if Disney Plus is going to be in charge of distribution, get the entire catalog. Old, new, all of it.
Oh no,
New
no,
Who?
no, no. No, I do not. I do not want the classic Who on Disney Plus. No.
Why not? Why not?
It's a platform that a lot
Yeah.
of people have. It would give a lot of people the
Access
opportunity to watch.
I would be able to watch my Troughton episodes now.
Just get if you
I'm not going to spend $1,000 on one DVD. I wish that they would actually have the entire catalog. I think that would be a boom for Doctor Who. It would be good for Doctor Who fans.
Look,
Oh, sorry.
You've got the Dalek sputtering.
Hang on a sec. We've got another guest here.
Uh-oh.
Hey, hello, Captain.
Oh, this guy. Hey, Cap.
Hello.
Oh, relax. Oh, hey. Now that you're here, fantastic. I found another beer. Great.
Looks like this stream kind of became the Doctor Who discussion stream because even though it wasn't really supposed to be.
Well, you are a Dalek after all.
You are yes. Who's your favorite Doctor, Captain Finity?
Predictably Tom Baker, but thank you for asking.
Okay.
Good choice.
Thank you.
Who's your favorite companion?
Oh, that's got to be Lala Ward as Romana Mark II. Thank you again.
All right. Tiger, what's your favorite?
Baker.
Okay.
But he was
And
my
companion?
first. And they say that your first Doctor is always your favorite Doctor.
Oh, but Capaldi. Capaldi's the one. Capaldi is mine. I
haven't
love
seen-
Troughton,
I
but
haven't seen that much
Capaldi.
of Capaldi. I haven't.
Well,
There's a lot of
technically-
there's so much Doctor Who. There's a good deal I have not seen.
Capaldi and Clara is my favorite thing in the entire world. That is what
I
I would
do like
spend every
Clara.
Sunday.
I like
She's
that
the
actress.
best looking companion. Well,
No, not true.
Leela.
possibly.
I was going to say,
yeah.
isn't it Zoe? Zoe from the Troughton years.
Oh, Zoe, yeah.
She's a smoke show.
Oh, yeah. Especially that one time she wore that tight silver cat suit.
I know. She was crawling all over the TARDIS control panel, and I was just like,
she
wow.
was. She was perched on it at the top. There was this whole thing that happened that she was perched on top of the console, and she was just sprawled out on it, and the console is very slowly turning around. You get these really great, nice angle shots of
her bum. Yes.
Yes.
Big shout out
Dan
to
says K9 is his favorite companion. That's really hilarious. I don't consider K9 a companion. Isn't that funny?
Justice for Droids.
You don't consider K9 a companion?
No, he's a dog. He's Leela's dog.
Well, originally he was. Well, originally he wasn't the Doctor's.
Right.
Yeah, Tom Baker the Doctor didn't make K9.
Hang on a minute. K9. I just
he's a robot dog called the initials K9.
Hey,
yeah,
brilliant.
Yeah, that's the gag.
Time Prophet says, and John Leeson is the best voice of K9. And I have to admit, some surprise that there was ever anybody else who did the voice of K9.
Well, they
Jill's
made a mistake getting rid of Leeson.
Jill.
I'm taking rid of Jill's here. Hi, Jill.
Jill.
Wow,
Jill.
Wow, this stream is really humming now.
Oh, don't get excited. There are 3 people watching, and we're all here. I kid.
And Jill says, I can only listen today. Okay, that's fair enough, Jill. But to Time Prophet said, 2 people did the voice of K9.
I can easily believe that John Leeson was the better.
I mean,
he was wonderful.
When they brought K9 back in David Tennant's second season, I gotta say, I loved K9.
Yeah, well, and wasn't K9 on the Sarah Jane Chronicles as well?
Sarah Jane Adventures.
My mistake. I was mixing it up with the Sarah Connor Chronicles.
Yes, but yes, K9 was in the Sarah Jane Adventures because at the end of School Reunion, the Doctor left a new model of K9 for Sarah Jane, and he went off with Sarah Jane Smith.
Well, and K9 also had a spin-off series as well. For like 1 season.
Yeah.
Well, you really know your stuff, Scotty.
Well, I try.
Yeah.
I'm a big fan. I'm a big fan of the optimism that the Doctor provides.
One day I shall come back.
Yes.
Yes. Now that is easily one of the most classic and most iconic speeches in all of Doctor Who. William Hartnell's goodbye speech to Susan.
Yes.
Especially when it's sampled by Orbital with some fat bass.
Oh, nice. You should link that in the chat, dude.
Oh,
I want to hear it.
The live version is outstanding and available on CD and probably download.
Compact disc, you say? Is it available on Betamax?
And possibly vinyl too.
Ooh, I'll have to pick up the 8-track.
Searching link now, Captain.
Cheers. But yeah, so I'm optimistic for the future of Doctor Who. As I've discussed with other people on the internet, including my best friend, I don't care how bad things have gotten. There is always hope that the new thing may be better. And you got to check it out. And if you like it, spread the word. If you don't like it, you can complain if you wish.
There's YouTube channels for that.
Yeah. But like what was it? I saw a thing. And you guys have heard of this Andor show, this Star Wars Andor show.
Oh yeah, is it? I hear it's 20% Blade Runner, 20% more Blade Runner.
I've heard it's good from Star Wars fans, but no one is really talking about it because it's decent. In fact,
I didn't like Rogue One.
Well, that's fine. Neither did I. I liked Rogue
Well,
One
it
when it was
ruined
the
Jedi,
opening
but-
crawl to Star Wars. But people like Andor. They say it's the best Star Wars show that has been a Star Wars show. But no one talks about it with the same sort of volume that they did about She-Hulk. Now, people hated She-Hulk, but because they screamed and banged their pans together so much, people watched She-Hulk to find out what all the hubbub was about. And it was about people saying that they didn't like it.
Not
Now,
me.
and
I won't do that.
oh no, neither will I.
I
Well,
won't
I'm a
hate
big
watch, and
big-
I'm not interested in Rings of Power for even half a heartbeat.
well, we're going to be watching the good stuff. So why would I
Right.
watch the bad stuff?
Right.
Yeah.
So
Well, it doesn't. Well, it doesn't really matter
BK
to
Dan, Whopper Jr., Whopper Jr.
me.
I had
Hey,
I had real trouble with Rogue One because there were like 3 principals, 3 men in the beginning of the movie who were all almost identical. They were sort of slight of stature and dark with scruffy facial hair. I could barely tell them apart. It was terrible casting.
And
So
plot
it's-
wise, it ruins Return of the Jedi.
It's hard for
Vader
me
built
to
another Death Star.
care about anybody in Andor because of that, because the lead character is I couldn't pick him out of a lineup if you put those 3 guys together. I couldn't tell you who was who.
Well, and the only reason I bring it up is just in terms of sort of paying attention to something that people don't like garners more views than paying attention to something that people do like.
Bring me
So
the
they
plans
say.
for the Titanic, Vader.
So even in the don't watch this is stupid sort of community on YouTube, those people, those channels are actually elevating that show of what they don't like over something that they do, thusly negating their entire tirade to begin with.
Negating their entire tirade. They shouldn't have bothered.
Like, why would you, again, why would you rock back and forth and say, I don't like it, I don't like it, I don't like it, and then garner, I guess that's the answer, garner thousands of views. And then something that you do like, you're like, it's fine, and it's a 5-second YouTube video.
Do you think there's people actually faking anger for clicks? Is that really where we got to? Oh, I hope that's not true. But
Oh,
maybe
it's
it
totally
is.
true. Stop being naive.
Really? I can't help it. I like being naive.
Yeah, me too.
It's all sunshine, lollipops,
I don't
and
wanna-
rainbow. When I put on my cynicism hat, my realism hat, I just cry when I hug the pillow.
there's probably some. Okay, there's probably some.
Oh, that
channels out there
explains
where
it.
it's too bad.
Campia and Burnett talk candle. Yeah, I fucking bet they do. All day, every day.
Hey, Star Wars. Star Wars is an industry.
Let's start.
Jill?
Watching for
And
clicks.
Andrew just says, "Well, actually, do one of you want to read this?"
Yes. Well, I do always hope we find that next individual storyteller who has his own vision, me, and brilliance to share, but the corporate psychological storyboarding has to get the fuck out first. Agreed, Jill. Agreed.
Wow.
I couldn't agree more, Jill.
I love it when Jill gets feisty. GTFO, you say, you foxy hound. I don't know if I'm allowed to call her a foxy hound. We'll try.
We'll scrub it retrospectively.
I'm sure she'll let you know.
We'll edit this out in
Next
post.
individual storyteller with brilliance to share. Oh, thanks, Jill.
But
That's
like,
it.
and this is one of those things. Okay, so with Star Trek Lower Decks, I've always found it to be a little bit slight. I don't like the way that it sort of takes classic Star Trek plot and just doesn't treat it with any weight. However, from what I understand from other people that I know in Star Trek circles, it's actually rather good, is what they're telling me, in terms of they do treat Star Trek stories with weight. It's the Cerritos that is the one So in universe, it is the Saved by the Bell of Star Trek. And so it's balancing out. It's not just jangly keys. It's also telling Star Trek stories, but in the framework of a comedy, an animated comedy.
I'm
And-
also with Time Prophet. I refuse to watch.
Well, that's cool.
Yeah.
Yes,
It means I
agree.
can't have an opinion. I really can't offer an opinion on something I haven't seen.
Fair
I agree with both Tiger Stripes and Time Prophet. I refuse to watch Lower Decks. I did once watch the first episode, but only out of complete reluctance that I watched it, and I absolutely hated it.
Wow. I'm imagining that Jill is running around with like a giant hammer right now. I don't know what it is. It's not just because the content is crap, says anti-derivative Jill. It's because they infuse their garbage into IPs that people love and care about. Yeah. Well, but this,
Yeah.
when it comes to Lower Decks, I think that it is pandering to the lowest common denominator, but it is still offering some level of Star Trek. Now, if you're going to say that I'm taking the valedictorian of summer school and saying, good job, Cletus, then maybe that's what I'm
Computer,
doing.
look up valedictorian, whatever he said.
I'll tell you what Lower Decks is. It's your typical.
It's about half an hour long.
It's your typical
Hey.
obnoxious millennial adult animated comedy masquerading as Star Trek.
Have you seen it?
I just said, didn't you hear me, Scotty? I said I watched the first episode. I thought it
Oh,
was.
well.
I saw enough.
I hated it.
How dare you? Anyway, no, I understand. I understand. If you want to keep it at love, or if you want to keep it at arm's length, then that's totally cool. But I feel like I do still have to go back whenever something is released and just dip my toe, see if I like it. And if I do, then no shame, no harm, no foul.
No harm, no foul.
Right, and you some level I actually can't disagree. They're well described, Dalek. Yeah. Thanks, Joe.
Oh my God.
Well, I'm going to
Time-
say goodbye. I have got to go. I've got things to do today. Got to get up and about them.
Okay.
Thank you
Yeah,
for
me
having
too.
me in,
Oh,
Dalek.
you have
It's
to
really been
leave.
fun
You
talking
have
to
to-
you.
Oh, you gotta leave, Tiger Stripes.
I'm afraid I do, but I'll see you again soon sometime.
Okay, well, it's been
Or some
great
soon
having
time.
you. Well, it's been lovely having you on. It's been lovely talking to you, Tiger Stripes. I hope to
Thank
see
you,
you
Dalek.
again
All right.
soon.
You bet.
Tiger, before you go, can I ask one question?
I
Two questions after this question that I just asked.
no,
That's
I've got to
rude.
go.
Okay,
But
bye.
I'll see y'all soon. Bye-bye.
Bye, Tiger Stripes.
Was it going to be
Right.
dinner?
No,
Okay.
no.
I would have said yes.
Well, no,
it's ju-
Tiger Stripes has an interesting history with the actress who played the title character of Miri on the original series episode of Star Trek.
Miri?
And-
No.
So I was going to ask Tiger if she was going to be available to talk about that episode on Jill's channel next Tuesday. But
Oh.
she's obviously busy, and so she had to go.
So, wait. Tiger Stripes has a connection to a character from the original series of Star Trek.
Yes,
A character called Miri.
yes. Title character of Miri from the episode of the same name.
Oh, right.
And so I was just
Wow,
curious.
Wow.
Yeah. So I was just curious if she would be able to join us on that particular broadcast.
Well, it'd be great if she could.
It would be.
'Cause, when you say she has a connection to that character, do you
No, the actress, and I am remiss.
Oh, the actress who played that character.
Yeah.
Well,
no,
yeah, obviously the character is. Well, actually, I guess you could have a connection if you. Yeah.
She cosplayed as Miri one year. I don't know. No. She took an acting class with the actress and
Oh.
studied. And
I
so
thought her
I wanted
go-to
to get
was Confederate soldier.
I wanted to get the insight. And so, but I'll talk to her soon.
I know
We
that's
always
trick or
do.
treat.
I will DM Tiger on Twitter. Thank you, Jill. Good advice.
Right. Which season was this episode?
Season
Miri?
1.
Oh, I found it.
There it is. Miri.
Yeah, Miri. Oh,
So who
it's
knows?
it's that episode. Oh yeah, that's right. That's right. That's the episode you're gonna be reviewing next. Yeah. Well,
Yes.
Jill's gonna be
Scotty, do you
reviewing
know
next.
which TOS episode I'm about to watch? Rewatch.
I don't know. The Empath.
Non sequitur. It's City.
Oh, you've watched it too many times. Skip it. Watch Operation Annihilate. You'll have a better time.
This is like the sum total of my entire life. 40 years of hard work, all triggered by the first watching. Before, when I was a lowercase G, not even in double figures, Scotty. You can't just whip away. This is the crowning achievement of my YouTube career, nay, my entire life, and you just swat it away like it's nothing. I've been building to this for months.
All right.
I haven't seen it since Jill explained that it does follow the rules of time travel. This is my first post Jill watching with a correct inference. I've been getting it wrong, thinking they got it wrong. I thought I was projecting, but thanks to Jill, no, they got it right.
Well, if you're gaining new insight, kudos.
Yes, it's my first post Jill revelation viewing, and I know that these are the mere scribblings of an insane man to you lot, but I say to thee, the secrets of time travel are here. The answers are here. Just one more rewatch, and we're almost there, folks. I tell you, it makes sense.
You are Kevin Spacey in 7.
Thank you.
You're
had a good
what?
thing, darling.
That wasn't a compliment.
Well,
I have books and books of time travel. I've decided the only way that you are ever going to prove that you have solved time travel is when you travel through time.
No, I can't do that because Professor Briggs is the first point. It's only in fiction, but the whole idea, it doesn't matter. I've had to basically confront, thanks to as recently as this week, I've been confronted with the argument, it's impossible, therefore there's no point explaining it. And that's so I had to think, well, okay, let's think about that because it is impossible. No one's arguing that. Well, some people are. I'm not. It is impossible. But the grandfather you can't, in a story, even in a story, not a documentary, a fictional story, you can't just go around wiping out your grandparents and expecting there to be no consequences or not thinking them through. Hence my very catchy title for my new story, How I Went Back in Time and Fucked Your Mother and or wiped out all 4 of your grandparents, although I only needed to take out 1, as long as it's before the moment of conception. Of who? Your mother. Available soon.
Sounds like an Alan Moore ripoff.
Well, that's your projection. Thank you for your continued negative projection on my heart.
It was a joke. I'm not.
I know sarcasm is your shield. I'm still getting used. It's fine.
Your
I know
butt.
I love
hurt.
you too. I love you too. This is my life's work. It's my master's thesis, and finally, a genuine professor has started to think of me when time travel comes up. So this is my moment, Scotty. I can't fuck it up. This is it. This is it.
Wow.
Because there's certain people, Time Prophet, who insist that there's one changing timeline. That debate has helped me. This whole thesis is no. Anyone, Time Prophet, that says that there's one changing time, you can't have one changing timeline because then you risk wiping out your grandparents. This whole thesis is there's no such thing as one changing timeline, Time Prophet. And I'm going to tell the professor. Anyway, back to the show.
I
Yeah.
believe in a malleable timeline.
Yeah, that's wrong. That is anyone that thinks that is a poo poo head. That's the
Then
whole
I'm a
title.
poo-poo head.
You're a poo. Yeah, that's an ad hominem. There's no such thing. The whole seriously, the
It's
whole
an ad
essay-
hominem against
the-
myself. Don't
The one
white
thing you
knight
cannot
me.
have. No, seriously, I'm putting it. The whole essay is called "You Cannot Have." The one thing you cannot have is malleable timelines. Like that is. Thank you. We've got a point of disagreement. Hold that thought, Scotty. I'm not going to do it here. This is the Dalek show, not a time travel show. Yeah, see what I did there. You
Well,
can't seriously.
well.
The whole thesis is you cannot have timelines are not malleable.
You can
I
talk.
did this
Well,
for 2 hours yesterday with Tony. They're not malleable. They can't be because of the grandfather paradox. Yeah, go
You
on, darling.
can't-
It's your show.
you can talk about time travel on this channel, Captain. 'cause
Okay. Sorry, thank you. But when I start, I won't stop. But I'm just happy to bookmark that. You timelines, thank you. I'm going to make that. I'm going to prove to you, Scotty, timelines cannot be malleable. That's the only thing
Why?
you can do anything you want. You can duplicate them, you can chop them up, you just can't make them malleable. Can't do it, Scotty. Love you.
Why? Why not?
It's a lot because then if you kill your grandparents and you wipe yourself out, then disappearing Marty, then if you wipe
Right.
yourself out, then there's no
Yeah.
time traveler to go back to kill the grandparents. That's not even a deep insight, Scotty. That understanding that that's the question. That is the grandfather paradox. That's not the answer. That's just the question. Seriously, that's why I'm doing this to say I could basically my whole
Okay.
point, with all due respect and love to you,
Hmm.
Time Prophet, anyone, I'm going to make the point. The statement, this timeline is malleable, self-evidently ridiculous. That's
Yeah,
the
that's
whole.
fine.
That's my point.
I'm sure you'll
my
get an entire week of content on it. But I do
the
believe
next. No, this is to that point. The next video I looked that covered this has got 9.6 million views. So trolls going, I know one care. 9.6 million views, Scotty. I argue with that. 9.6 million people watching a video about time travel in Back to the Future. The one that I didn't make, and it's not as funny, and it's incorrect. It's incorrect, Scotty, and it got 9.6 million views. You tell me there's no interest.
I believe that there is I believe in paradoxes, obviously. You must.
I believe in love.
I believe in a thing called love. Just listen to the rhythm of my heart. No, but I believe in paradoxes, but I do believe that timelines are malleable.
But I'm going to prove
there
to
are
you.
certain
All I'm
rules.
saying is that is demonstrably that is the only statement about time travel that is incorrect. You really picked the wrong horse.
All right. Well, I'm sorry. I'll sit there and I'm not going to get.
I'm trying to get it down to something that's less than 12 hours. I'm diagrams. I've got a freaking Playmobil Enterprise here. I know clearly. I mean,
Wait.
with heavy advertising, I'm just about scraping under 200 views for my own video about this. But a timeline cannot be malleable. It just cannot. Just don't take my word for it. But I respect your point. It's worthy of debate. Let's put it that way.
All right. Well, I can't wait.
Great. I'm just trying to make it entertaining as well as informative. I'm trying to add pizzazz to it. So
Don't worry, you don't need.
It's lacking pizzazz.
You don't need to add pizzazz. Dalek is here.
Thank you.
Right. Well.
Underlines not malleable ever. Sorry.
All right. And by no means is this a reflection on the show or the panel or the chat, but I also have to take my leave. I have homework. I have business that I must attend to. Would you like to know about the business that I must attend to?
Okay, sure. Before you go, Scotty.
I have to watch Inglourious Bastards.
Oh, wow.
So I'm going to go. Well, no, we're going to go talk about malleable timelines and how, you know what, maybe.
See, they are in alternative histories. That's brilliant.
Just
that's
maybe.
an alternative timeline, you see.
Da Führer will die tonight. So we're going to go do that. So I have to go do that. I have a responsibility.
On that note, I should probably wrap this stream up soon anyway, because it is getting It's just gone 6:30.
Let's face
in the-
it, once
in the-
Tiger and Scotty's gone, we haven't got a show. So good night, everyone. It was good for a while.
Let Dalek do it. Let him do it at his own pace. I'll hang out till the end of the
yeah,
show.
shut
if
the
you
fuck
wish.
up, Captain. You're right. I'll let you all to it.
That's because Jill says it does if you care about the alternative realities you are creating to the time. Oh, it's hang on. Must have said I like the other horse better. It has better legs and wins the race. What horse?
To be
Mine.
fair, Time Profits, ever since Time Profit, we've had this argument for 6 months, and Time Profit left and unsubscribed. You no longer have a right to the debate because you gave up, Time Profit. Your point is
This isn't
indefensible.
your corral.
I'm just arguing with the chat. He's arguing with Jill, and he's wrong. I'm sorry. I'm siding with Jill. That's your job. Sorry.
I wouldn't. It doesn't sound like today is the day that you argue with Jill. It sounds like she would hit you.
I said agreeing. Jill is
Oh.
correct. Time Profit is
Oh.
incorrect, but
All
Jill
right.
can stand up for herself.
All right. Sorry, I was for some idiotic reason I was defending the warrior queen, so I'll stop.
I know, unnecessarily, but your instincts are
I know.
beautiful, so it's fine.
Oh, come on! I just watched Lady Hawk, so
You are Rutger Hauer.
oh, don't go that far. That's a compliment.
I've seen things you people wouldn't believe.
Oh, dude, you've seen Lady Hawk, right?
I don't even remember. It was a long time ago.
You got to check it out again, man. What a romantic
Okay.
man Rutger Howard
Oh.
is. Rutger
All
Howard.
right.
Welcome.
What?
Howard. Sure.
Okay, welcome,
Yeah.
welcome,
Howard's up.
welcome back, Nick the Bounty Hunter. Surprised to see
Yeah.
you here again.
Yep. I had some more time and I saw you were still live, so I thought I'd pop in for a little bit longer.
Well, thank heavens. I
Yeah,
do
this
have to
game-
go. I got to go watch Hitler get shot in the face. So I'll see you guys in the future.
Yeah, me too. I've got to go back
Okay,
and
sounds
shoot Hitler
good.
in the face, so I've got to go as well.
Okay, see you, Scotty, and thanks for coming on. And see you, Captain. Thank you also for coming on. Good having you. And welcome back, Nick. This stream, this stream has gone on probably quite a bit longer than I originally thought, because after you left, all these other people kept coming in and get all these good friends of mine in the chat. And Scotty says bye. And
Yeah.
it was good. Yeah, suddenly the chat was all these people in the chat got guests coming on. Tiger Stripes, the Captain, Scotty. We talked some more about Doctor. We talked about lots of things.
Yep. Got to have some fun, talk about pop culture and stuff, and then we sign off.
Yeah, I'm gonna, but I think I definitely needed this because it's definitely improved my mood quite a lot, which is why I started this stream in the first place.
Yeah. Yeah, there's sometimes I just do streams like this and just do random things because sometimes it's just like you want to talk about more than what people know you for. So, like, like we're known for things on our channels. Like I'm known for mainly like Legos or collectibles and some stuff. But sometimes there's some things I like to talk about more than just that. So I'll just do a random stream. But yeah, it's fun.
Yeah, right.
Yeah, but I've had the most fun on YouTube. But even though it's like, I'm still at 209, it's like still good because I've had a lot of fun, and that's the thing. And it's just having 3 channels, 2 two channels fully to myself, and then a podcast with a friend. It's just there's a lot to do now. So
You have 3 YouTube channels?
I have 3, yes.
I only have the one, this one.
Yeah, it's definitely a process, but I make it work, and it's just I've been working harder recently because I was just like
And
I wanted to do more things. So
And I just And just to pause for a sec, I just checked checked my how many subscribers I have now, and I was at 159, but I've gained an extra sub. I now have 160 subs. So thank you very much for giving that extra sub.
I think that was me. I think that was.
Oh, that was you. Well, thank you for being. Well, congratulations. You are subscriber 160.
Yeah, I thought I was already subscribed, but I guess I wasn't. But yeah, there's so many
Wow.
people in the community I like that sometimes I can't remember them all.
Well, the thing is with this stream, I set the chat to subscriber only mode. So, and you did speak up. You did say a few things in the chat early on, which means if you're in the chat, then you're subscribed.
Yeah, I subscribed right before you went fully live. So I said some stuff in the chats. So yeah. But this was fun. It was an enjoyable time, and
yeah, and I think just before I actually wrap things up, looks like I've gotten one last guest on, my good friend Moises Munguia. Hi, Moises.
Hello. Hey, Dal. Sorry I was late. I was actually sleeping.
I thought you weren't gonna come on my channel anymore.
Oh, that was just me exaggerating.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Well, glad that you're here at least.
Yeah, I was sleeping.
That's okay.
Yeah, so I just got Amazon Prime.
Congratulations. Yes, thank you, Jill. I mean,
hey, Jill.
I won't be doing just because I hit 160. I don't think I'll be doing a celebration stream for this time around. I want to save that for when I hit 200. But thanks anyway, Jill. And Ghostbusters. So yeah. Okay, so you just got Amazon Prime, Moises.
Yep.
And have you found anything you want to watch on Prime Video?
Well, I did make a list of shows to watch suggested by my friends and also myself.
Okay, so what did you find?
Well, first of all, I'm thinking of watching The Boys, Invincible, and
There we go.
and also Man on the High Castle.
Pretty good shows.
Yeah, and also the two shows that are suggested by my friends are The Legends of Vox Machinima and also The Terminalist.
Yeah.
Ah, right. I've heard most people like that, The Terminalist.
Yeah.
Yeah, I haven't fully watched The Terminalist, but I've seen some of it and it's pretty good.
If there's one, hey, Nick, did you ever? If there's one show I would absolutely guarantee. Not guarantee. Recommend that everyone, if anyone gets Amazon Prime, I recommend. There's one show I recommend you all watch.
You better not say Rings of Power.
No, God, no.
Not that abomination. That abomination can go fuck itself.
Yeah, there we go.
Exactly.
Yeah. So Dal, what was your suggestion?
We got a newcomer in the chat. Hail to Tony Stark. Great to see you.
Hey there. So, anyways, what was your suggestion on Amazon Prime?
I've peaked at 55 subscribers, lol. Well, good for you, Tony Stark. So yeah, okay. The one show on Amazon Prime that on Prime Video that I would absolutely recommend is The Grand Tour.
And why is
Okay.
that?
Have you ever, Nick? Have you ever heard of Top Gear?
Right. Let's say that Top Gear.
Top Gear.
Yeah, of course I have. Yeah.
The Grand Tour is basically Top Gear turned up to 11.
Oh, perfect.
And it's got the old trio, Jeremy Clarkson, James May, and Richard Hammond. It's done by them.
Perfect.
Yeah, it's like I said, if you like Top Gear, you will love the Grand Tour. I guarantee it.
Huh, so
Great.
it's a
I'll
sequel
look
show
into it.
So it's a sequel show.
It's not a sequel show. It's basically their new show that they did after they left Top Gear and went to Amazon.
Hmm.
This sounds good.
Yeah, I guarantee. I absolutely guarantee you will, if you like Top Gear, you will love the Grand Tour. It's Hammond, Clarkson. It's Clarkson, Hammond, and May doing all the usual stuff they did on Top Gear, but even more wild. It's great.
So is Top Gear available on Amazon Prime also?
Well, I think some of it is not, but the best place to watch Top Gear is the BBC iPlayer because it's got every episode of it.
Yeah, for us Americans, it's harder, but
yeah, I think there are some episodes of Top Gear on there. I think, yeah, but yeah,
there's stuff somewhere.
But then again, if you like, and yeah, but what? I said I just got a laptop and a mic, and you'll be trailing 300 soon yourself. Was it? Do you think Moses and Nick are in competition for the noisiest microphone? Oh no! Here we go. The sound problems. Yeah.
Well, by the way, speaking of nosy microphones, I guess I'm gonna head out of here now. Yeah.
I'm probably gonna wrap this stream up soon anyway. So
Yeah.
thanks for coming on. Thanks for coming back, Nick.
Yeah. You're welcome.
So and bye to Nick the Bounty Hunter. Great to see you. Hope to see you again soon. So it's just okay. So I think for the last home stretch of this stream, it's just you and me, Moses.
Yeah, it is. So my main reason to watch Amazon Prime is actually because I'm interested in watching The Boys.
I've heard of The Boys, but I don't really know much about it.
Yeah, me too. Well, basically, I kind of think that the Amazon adaptation of The Boys is based on the comic.
Right.
So it was based on a comic called The Boys, and the story tells what happens if superheroes who have superpowers they abuse their power and not for good.
And right. Well, just quickly say hello to Pop Culture Curator. Thank you for very much for popping in. So yeah, it's basically a live action kind of live action superhero thing, but it's not really superheroes.
Yeah, it was actually based on the comic.
Well, I wouldn't know that because I never even I never even heard of The Boys until I heard of this Amazon series.
Same thing.
And I know there's like a few.
However, I did hear that the Critical Drinker has made 2 videos about The Boys.
He's the drinkers. The drinkers made videos about a lot of things, and he probably has reviewed that show. Yeah.
Yeah. By the way, have you ever seen Doomcock's video about some kind of zombie trailer?
Franchise of the Living Dead. Yeah, I saw it. It was hilarious.
Yeah. I wish that was made into a real movie.
Oh, that would be horrifying.
Yep. And then we'll have Franchise of the Living Dead 2. And I wonder what that sequel's gonna have.
Yeah, this what franchise will we see zombified the undead franchise will come back to stalk the earth in the sequel?
Probably Disney.
That would be such an irony if we had the zombified form of Mickey, a zombified form of Mickey Mouse.
Yeah. We'll just come out and also sucks you until you give up your cash to him.
Yeah.
You better give up your cash, y'all.
You better give up your cat. Give me your cash. Tony Stark says, "Franchise of the Living Dead. Not since the Eli Roth trailer for Thanksgiving have I wanted a film to be so real."
Yep.
Right, that's a bucket list item. I want to outdrink the drinker. Oh, man.
I think it's not possible. I think it's not supposed to outdrink the drinker.
I don't know if that's possible. And he also said 2 likes from 10. The new Dalek Emperor needs at least 10. So save yourself from extermination.
Oh, speaking of Doctor Who, so you have already talked with Jack about how he said that I've got the hands of the whole Doctor Who collection.
Did I say that?
Well, yeah.
Oh yes, that. Moises, that's kind of a private thing between us, doing that. I don't really feel.
Yeah, that. But anyways,
I don't really think we should really do that kind of thing that live on YouTube because it'll just confuse everybody. Sorry.
Okay.
But I think that's
anyways.
just how it.
Okay, but anyways.
But yes, you've got this. You bought this box set of all of the new Doctor Who up to from Christopher Eccleston to Peter Capaldi, right?
Yeah, and the good thing is that there's only one left. So I just grabbed the last one.
The last one, eh? Well, you're lucky.
Yeah. Yeah, it's a good thing I just got the hands on the last one. Speaking of which, so after the stream, could, could you actually make a list of Dalek episodes from? You make a list of Dalek episodes from the modern Doctors.
I already did that for you for the classic era.
Yeah, but what about the modern era?
Oh man, there's a lot more Dalek stories in the modern era than the classic era. If really think about it, because the first one, the first one was, oh my god, that got renewed over. Damn, I forgot about that. Sorry. I just got a bit distracted by something I just got alerted to. Anyway, yeah. I could, Moses, I could tell you all the Dalek episodes that we see in the new series. Well, that's your opinion, Time Prophet. But I personally really like the modern Daleks.
Is it because they're an improved version of the Daleks from the classic era? Yeah, I'm guessing that's some Dalek history there.
Yeah. Wait, what do you mean modern Daleks? No, they're not. Modern Daleks have also they have a great they look good. They can fly and you can get your hand. You can lose your hand just simply by touching the metal with your bare hands.
Wait, literally?
And bullets. If you shoot a gun at the bullets just melt before they even hit it. Come on.
Wait, so the bullets melt when they hit the metal?
No, they melt when they hit the force field surrounding the Dalek. And yes, Time Prophet, I know the first time we see a Dalek hover or fly was in Sylvester in the classic era with Sylvester McCoy. I know.
In which Doctor was it?
It was Sylvester McCoy, the 7th Doctor.
Oh, the 7th one?
Yeah, the 7th. So, but anyway, I'll give you a bit of a I'll give you a list right now. What about all the old and modern Who Dalek episodes? I mean, the first one obviously is simply called Dalek, and that was from series 1, episode 6. And then we saw the Daleks again in the series in the season finale of that in episodes 12 and at the end of episode 12 and episode 13, the Bad Wolf and Parting of the Ways and actually Daleks were flying in the 60s comics. Well, that's in the comics, Time Prophet, not in the TV series.
So and then look, Moises, maybe I should list these on Discord for you because there's a lot there's a lot to get through with modern Who Dalek stories. Yeah, it's probably for the best after you're wrapped up the stream.
I mean, I'm
But anyway,
almost at 2.5 hours now, so I mean, it's almost 7 o'clock here, so I'll probably be having my tea soon. So
tea time.
yeah, it's almost it'll soon be tea time here. So I may as well wrap things up now. So
All right.
once it hits like once it 2.5 hours, I'll cut it.
Yeah, it's almost lunchtime here in the U.S. Oh,
Now what? Yeah, what? I mean, you're on Pacific time. What time is it where you are?
9:59. 11:59.
Right. Right. Well. Right. Well. Anyway. Okay, everybody. This has been a great stream, everybody. But I think it's time for me to wrap things up. So I'm gonna do my usual thing here. So thank you to everybody who came in the stream and made this a really good, nice, fun stream. Everyone who came on the panel, everyone who came in the chat, Bounty Hunter Network, Christian, who was on the panel, came on the panel twice. Christian Fandom Nerd, who popped in earlier, Scotty F7, who came on the panel, Potato Revan, the Time Prophet, BK Dan, who left rather suddenly, unfortunately. And who else? Anti-Derivative, my good friend Anti-Derivative Jill, my good friend Tiger Stripes. She was on the panel as well. And of course, Captain Finity. He was here earlier. Tony Stark, and of course you, Moises.
Mm-hmm.
Right. I think that's everybody. So yeah, thank you everyone in the chat. Thank you everyone in the panel. And this has been a good stream. I'm definitely in a better mood now than when I started. So thank you all very much for that. So, but for now, everybody, it's time to wrap. It's time for me to go. So from the surface of Skaro, this is Dalek 451 signing off. I will see you all next time, and keep an eye out for my next live stream because that will be the discussion, the proper discussion stream all on Doctor Who. So we will discuss any part of the modern and classic series. We could discuss the state of Doctor Who, which I hope to come and join me for that. But for now, I will see you all next time. Good night, everybody.
Bye.